For most of my life, I believed sports weren't for me. But one simple moment outside a tennis court changed everything. Hi, my name is Soraya Mendoza, and I practice tennis to experience the other side of discipline, the one we feel in every movement and every drop of sweat. One afternoon, a friend from school and I were just passing by near my home. We were talking, laughing, and enjoying the day together. As we were passing by a public tennis court, the sun was warm and people were playing. Then we heard a sound of the ball. My friend and I stopped and looked at the court. Players were moving fast, hitting the ball, laughing, sometimes getting frustrated, and sometimes celebrating a good shot. There was a lot of energy on the court. We stayed there watching. For a moment, my friend stood next to me while we watched the players. We noticed how they moved, how they held their racket, how focused they were on the ball. And while we were standing there, I felt something I had not felt in a long time: curiosity. I asked myself a simple question: could I do that? My mind immediately said no. For many years, I had believed that sport weren't for me. I grew up watching other people run, jump, and compete, and little by little I started thinking that I didn't belong in that world. But that day, that day something felt different. Instead of leaving, my friend and I decided to stay a little longer. We both sat together on a bench near the court and continued watching the players. As we watched, I started imagining something. I imagined myself on that court. Can you believe that? Not running like others, but moving in my own way, finding my own rhythm. I imagined holding the racket. I imagined the ball coming towards me. I imagined hitting the ball and sending it over the net. It felt like a very small possibility, but it was there. The afternoon slowly passed. The sun started to go down and the players began to leave. My friend was still there with me. Soon the court was empty, just us and that silent court. And in that moment, we made a small decision. I turned to my friend and said, tomorrow we will try it. That night, we couldn't stop thinking about it. We imagined our first swing, our first hit, and also our first mistakes. We knew it wouldn't be easy. We thought about the challenge of moving the wheelchair on the court. We imagined it missing the ball many times. But we also imagined something else. The first time the ball would touch our racket. The first good shot. The feeling that maybe this was possible. The next day, my friend came with me back to the court. But this time, we were not just watching. We moved closer to the net. Then we took a deep breath. We were so nervous. We were excited. Everything felt very real in that moment. The feeling of the racket in my hands, the sound of the wheels on the court, my heart, to be honest, my heart was beating so fast. I felt really nervous. And that moment became the beginning of something very important in our lives. Not just in tennis for both of us, but in many ways. Because that day we learned something simple. The moment you allow something yourself to imagine something new, and the moment you decide to try, that is the moment your story really begins. And if you want to hear more about this story, tell me in the comments. In the next video, I can try to share what happened when I really started practicing tennis, my first competition, for example. And thank you again for watching, for joining me today. Thank you, and let's keep practicing, moving and sweating. See you in the next video.